What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Monster Hunter Now video. And I know it's been probably about a week since I've uploaded anything, but that is for two good reasons. The first one is the camera setup, right? I'm probably still going to be working out some kinks for it. And so, it's not perfect, but I just figured it'd be pretty cool if I showed my face finally. Secondly, I have a famous YouTuber. Yes, dude, you are famous in this video. So guys, stick around, okay? Because I'm gonna show his beautiful mug here in a few. But with that being said, it's me, your boy, Jurassic Papi. And this video is gonna be about two quality of life features that you may use or you might not be using, one or the other. And that's gonna be the lock-on versus a gyro. Which one's better? Have you tried both? Or after this video, are you going to consider maybe swapping to the other, or at least giving it a try? I recommend you give it a try. I'm going to be giving three top reasons why I prefer the lock-on, and three downsides to the lock-on. And the famous YouTuber that I'm going to pull through the portal in Monster Hunter Now, he's going to give his three reasons why he likes the gyro feature more, and the three downsides of the gyro. So a good upside to the lock-on versus a gyro is pretty much what it's intended for, right? You get to lock onto the part of the monster that you're trying to focus on. Now, the downside of that is depending on how you position yourself, or depending how the monster decides to position itself, you'll probably end up hitting like the wing or like a leg or something if you're trying to go for the head. It's kind of just one of those things where it's really annoying and you have to reposition yourself. Now, another reason why I think that the lock-on is better than the gyro is because sometimes the monster moves a little way too fast, right? So you can easily miss it, and then you have to like 360 spin your phone trying to like reposition yourself, and it can get a little confusing in my opinion. But with that being said, right, a downside to lock-on itself is the fact that when you have to change the part that you're going for, you kind of have to disengage it and then sometimes you can find it, right? Sometimes you can automatically lock onto what you need to. Other times you gotta get like really close, or you have to like completely roll all the way around until you find what you're looking for. And that for sure is definitely a time waster in my opinion. So the last reason why I wanted to give on why the lock-on is probably a little better than gyro is because it's the easier skill to learn for sure. They even had like a rookie tutorial at the start of the game, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember right. Yeah, and they made you like they made you make the Kuliaku helmet for lock-on. Now, the big downside about it is that you're wasting a skill point that you can easily kind of like maneuver, right? So you can like easily just add another skill point that'll make your armor better, or two, right, depending on the armor that it is. But gyro, you don't have to use a skill point for lock-on, which is cool, and you can just continue to improve your armor. And I feel like that's a big sacrifice that you're giving when you decide to go with the lock-on feature. So next, I wanted to talk about the gyro feature. And truth be told, I'm not really that great at it, and I also didn't really want to fake explain. I didn't want to like give my reasons why when I'm not really using it, when I probably should be. Who knows? We'll see. But so what I decided to do was I decided to reach out. I went and grabbed this dude from the portal in Monster Hunter Now, where the monsters are coming through, and I know he's been using gyro. I know he's really good at it. I'm a big fan of his. And, I'm honestly truly grateful that he decided to swing by. Okay. So without further ado, Hunter's Notes, come on in through the portal.
Oh, Jurassic Papi? Yeah, I can talk about gyro. Sure. But one thing, bro, you didn't have to pull me through that portal. You could have just asked me to come here. My friends are like hunting without me right now. I don't want them to get that 8 stars in without me, so let's do this quick. So the reason why Gyro is the best is because there's a lot more control, in my opinion, from moment to moment in terms of breaks. So if something breaks, like I'm fighting something and the head breaks, I can immediately just turn and switch to the body or the tail really easily without having to like back up, press a button, look at the target that I want to, click that button, and then go in. It saves seconds, and when things are down to the wire, seconds matter.
I could not agree more. Sometimes I'll find myself trying to disengage on where I was locked on, and then I'm trying to reapply it either at the same spot or at a different point, and I'm struggling and I'm panicking because the timer's running.
The second thing is immersion is super important to me. With Gyro, you are your scale hunter, so you're really close up to the monster sometimes, and while a lot of players find that inconvenient, I love that because I want to feel like, hey monster, I'm gonna take you out anyway. So it's just genuinely more fun for me when I play like that, close up to the monster. But a lot of players, especially in Monster Hunter now, like to zoom way out and use lock on, which makes it more efficient, especially for grinding, because you can see the monster attacks coming from a mile away, and you just lock onto the part you want, dodge a little bit, move back in, hit the part. But to me, that's kind of unengaging. The only time I would really use that is if I was gonna like grind hard, and if I was really grinding and I needed to grind that much without getting hit, I'd probably just use Black Diablo's bow. 3, sometimes targeting with Gyro is actually more efficient than targeting with lock-on. For example, with this Rathian, if I wanted to break its wings for some specific reason, or I'm out of breaks on the other parts and I want to go for the wings, I legitimately just can't lock onto the wings with melee lock-on. But with Gyro, I can. I can aim up and chip the wings here and there, and when it does specific animations and crouches down, I can actually hit the wings. Plus, if I do my special, like this, then it can hit the wing. And I guess technically you could do that in lock-on, but if you're locked onto another part, then you may not actually hit that. You may go for the head, or it'll just do damage on the head if you're locked onto that when you're going for the wing or something.
You know, though, I feel like that's Niantic's fault, or maybe just like a fault in the game itself. Because why can't you lock on the wings? Why would you not be able to? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I mean, maybe that's something that they should look into. I guess I'll say it's a downside on lock-on's feature for sure, but ultimately I think it's a fault of Niantic and Monster Hunter. I think so.
I know you only asked for 3, but 4, sometimes you can predictively dodge. So for example, with this Kulu, if I know he's about to throw this rock at me because he's like winding up for it, I can turn my Gyro and just like go towards his face, but off to the right, so that by the time he finishes the animation, I'm out of danger's way and I can just go right into the face. So it makes hunting really efficient if you get really good at it. And again, when seconds matter, they matter. As for the cons, there are none. There are no cons. Gyro is the best. Praise Gyro. Okay, nothing's perfect. There's gotta be some downsides, I guess. The first downside I could say is that if you are at all motion sick, you will probably get motion sick trying to play Gyro. I am absolutely not prone to that, so I am talking from like a high horse, I guess. The only time I've ever been motion sick in my life is when I was reading the Never-Ending Story in the hot sun, fishing with my dad, smelling fish smells in 6-foot waves in a boat looking down. And so it was like I was trying to get myself seasick, and I did, and it hurt. So I get why you may not want to play Gyro, but I guess just immune to that for the most part. So for me, it's awesome. I'm actually thinking about doing a video where I try to dodge and roll every time my character rolls and see if it doesn't disorient me like crazy. 2, you're really close up to the monster. There's no option to zoom out like you have with lock-on, and so sometimes it can be really annoying and tedious, and you have to like be really, really good at reading the monster. I know, for example, from behind, if Puke Puke is going to roar or something, like based on the way a monster twitches their body, I can tell because I've played Gyro for so long, like what attack it's gonna do, like 99% of the time. Sometimes I misread, but I think everyone does. But if you're gonna play Gyro, you gotta be really good at reading the monster, because with lock-on, you can just be zoomed out and see everything. And 3, kind of piggybacking off of that one, sometimes you can lose sight of the monster, like I did in this clip for Tobi Kadachi. if I think he's going one way or he like darts really far away from me and then I turn the opposite way, then sometimes it can lead to a situation where I'm like completely lost of where he is and I have to do a 360 spin IRL or like with this Kulu in this clip. But to me, that's more immersive and therefore more fun. If I lose track of the monster, it's my fault. This is probably all influenced because I started on Monster Hunter 1 and Monster Hunter Freedom was like the main game that I played. I think it was either Monster Hunter Freedom or Freedom 2. I think it was Freedom 2 that I just like 100%ed because I had PSP and I was in high school and it was just that time, you know? But on that game, the camera was controlled by the D-pad and your left hand controlled your movement still. So I would have to either claw grip, which I didn't do that because I didn't like it. So I would switch between my thumb going on the joystick and then the camera on the D-pad, and I'd have to switch like that. There wasn't a lock on. And so that was immensely harder than lock on in this game. So I think I'm just, in my heart of hearts, used to that kind of gameplay from Monster Hunter. Okay, but that's all 4 for each, basically. I think that cleared up why Gyro is the best, objectively. So can you open that portal up again for me? Because my party is waiting on me and I'm afraid they're gonna take out that Zen without me. Thanks, bro. See you later.
I just wanted to thank Hunter's Notes again for agreeing to be in the video here with me, and secondly for making his part as awesome as always, and a big thank you. I look forward to working more with you in the near future. Also, guys, I'm gonna leave a a link to his channel in the bio of my video, and I'm going to also put a link to his video on where I yanked him from. So look forward to that and be sure to check out his video. And you know, again, thank you so much, dude, for stopping by. Love your stuff, man, and keep doing great things. Hey everybody, thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching my video with Hunter's Notes. I really like what he does. Some future plans that I have for the channel is I want to start showing my face more. I'm actually really uncomfortable looking at the camera right now, and I have been the entire time I was recording, but I'll get used to it. Also, I'd like to start maybe going out in town and kind of sharing like some things, you know, maybe some touristy things, and just kind of showing the city as well as me playing some Monster Hunter now. I think that'd be a really cool thing to put together. This has all kind of been a big learning curve for me, so I appreciate the patience. I appreciate you guys stopping by regardless. But that's going to be the end of this video. I am currently working on the half anniversary content and kind of just going around Black Diablos, Pink Rathian, Azure Rethlos, you know, all those, slaying them, slaying everything in my path non-stop. But yeah, guys, I'll see you on the next one, okay? Feel free to subscribe. Love you all. Thank you so much for sticking around, and bye-bye.